At this stage, we're not quite sure with the president's schedule being interrupted as it is. Why is it important that he be in the US right now and has had to postpone the trip?
Oh, well, he's working on the final stages of getting healthcare legislation through, and this has been a commitment from the time of the campaign, and it's also a stubborn problem in the United States. It's been on the agenda for 50 years, and no one's made any progress. And he, in 1 year, has made more progress than any president before him. We've got a bill through the House, we've got a bill through the Senate. They're going to what's called the reconciliation process because there are different bills. But if he can get it through reconciliation, then we will have health care, which will be just an enormous historic event in the United States.
Why has it been so hard, and why has it taken, really domestically, the first year?
Well, for a variety of reasons. One is that there are very strong special interests, particularly in the insurance side, but also pharmaceuticals and others who have an interest in maintaining the current system. It's more profitable for them. And they have invested a lot of energy and time and experience, and they don't leave office after 4 years. They stay there, so they have a better history in terms of defeating efforts. It took a massive movement to try and dislodge that special interest entrenchment, and that's the main reason. I think the other reason is that people are always worried about change. As much as they may complain about the existing system, they're always worried that maybe somehow they're going to make it worse. And so you have to overcome that inertia.
It seems that when people look at the substance of what's described, at least in the right-wing press, as Obamacare, there's majority support for the key planks of it.
Yes.
But if you ask people, are you in favour of Obamacare, about 70% say, no, I don't like that.
Well, and that's the effectiveness of special interests. They have demagogued this issue, they have scaremongered the issue, they have made people think at one point that the healthcare reform would include death panels that would make decisions about whether or not your grandparents would live or die, which had nothing to do with the healthcare bill. But when you've got a very substantial change in the law, I mean, it's a thick bill. People say, I'm not going to read all of it. I just have to trust someone to tell me what's in it. And some of the people they're trusting aren't trustworthy.
Do you think the Obama administration or the Democratic Party more broadly was taken a little bit by surprise? They're used to having been Swift-boated and Willie Hortoned, but they haven't been Glenn Becked and Rush Limbaugh'd on health before. Did they think that, you know, we got elected saying we're going to do this, and now they don't want us to do it?
Oh, I think the president said all along, this is a hard issue. No one takes on health care in the United States and expects that it's going to be easy. And no matter how much support there was for it or how obvious it was that we need to reform our healthcare system, he understood that this is going to be the toughest battle that you could possibly take on. And that's why you take it on at the very beginning of the administration. You use the capital that you have, you use the energy that you have, and you prepare for a long slog to get through it. But he hasn't backed down, and he's going to keep fighting it.